watching my channel. And I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Devin Haney, what's going on with the ring. Um, uh, the ring, is a prestigious magazine. The Ring magazine is known, from way back in the 1920s, the early 1920s. The Ring was there. The Ring magazine belt was always seen as a prestigious belt because it marked the lineal champion. Mind you, if you don't have the Ring magazine belt, that doesn't mean you're not the lineal champion. Okay. But having said that, what transpired over the weekend here was nothing short of disgraceful on the Ring's part. Devin Haney has all right to critique their listing. The response by Dougie Fisher from the Ring was just despicable. It was just disgusting. Now, while Dougie Fisher could defend their rankings and he could say, "Well, this is what we have. This is how we." That's okay. With a Ring magazine, you can go that route. But for him to be so offensive to a undisputed world champion, for him to be so disgusting as to say, "Well, give us back the belt if you don't like what's happening," just shows us how much these guys are entitled and how much guys who are not qualified in the field of boxing. Let me tell you why I say Dougie Fisher's not qualified. He's never thrown a punch in his life. He's never accomplished what Devin Haney is. But here he is sitting down in his chair because he knows a little boxing history. Went to a couple fights and called them. And he's sitting up in his egotistical chair. They had these different people came together and they started ranking fighters. And he has the gall and audacity to tell Devin Haney, "Well, then return the belt to us." I've never seen such unprofessional, incompetent, despicable behavior. And Dougie Fisher, you just won the prize for the biggest jackass I've ever seen in boxing. Because you've done nothing. You've done nothing in the sport. You've accomplished nothing in the sport. You're just a data collector. Okay? There was a way for Dougie Fisher to approach this. One thing I like about Maurice Suleiman, I gotta give Maurice Suleiman props. Maurice Suleiman is very careful about what he says about fighters and how he says things about fighters. And Maurice Suleiman understands he has never been a professional boxer. Another person who I really have a lot of respect for is Al Bernstein. Say what you want about Al Bernstein. Al Bernstein knows his place in boxing. He knows he's not a boxer. He's been around boxing, he's seen a lot of boxing, but he's humble enough to know he has to be careful how he speaks to fighters. Because those are the guys that actually do, go in the ring and put their lives on the line. Not Dougie Fisher. Arrogant prick. Okay? So, Devin Haney said, "Okay, I'll mail it to you. Send me the location, I'll mail it to you." What Dougie Fisher doesn't realize, maybe these guys don't understand, is people are losing less and less respect for these prestigious organizations. The Ring was KO boxing was great. Once upon a time, the Ring, great organization. The WBC, people are losing their trust in these organizations. And actually, they're saying, "Why the hell do we even have them? Why do we have sanctioning bodies? Why do we have the Ring magazine esteemed so highly?" People are starting to question these things because people are realizing pound for pound lists are opinions. So let's explain what happened. The Ring magazine, when they rated their fighters and they put out on their pound for pound list, Devin Haney wasn't on it. Jamal Charlo is not on it. Jamel Charlo is not on it. These are two undisputed champions. Let me explain to you why, in my opinion, they should be on those lists. One, the quality of opposition that Jamal Charlo has faced though he has lost some fights, is quite a high caliber of opposition. The last guy he beat was Brian Castano. Brian Castano was no joke. This is the guy that beat Errol Spence in the amateurs. This is a guy who's two-time world champion, relentless style, gave Jamal Charlo all he could handle in the first fight. And, quite frankly, Brian Castano is a hell of a fighter. Argentinian boxer. Probably will become world champion again. Jamal Charlo also faced Jason Rosario. This is the guy that beat J. Rock Williams. J. Rock Williams is the guy that beat the unbeatable Jarrett Hurd. In addition, Jamal Charlo also beat Tony Harrison. He also beat the guy Austin Trout. He also beat Cornelius Bundridge, the oldest reigning world champion. He also beat Vanes Martirosyan. He also beat another former world champion. I can't remember his name right now. When it comes to Spanish guy. My point being, Jamal Charlo's resume is a pound-for-pound resume. Yes, he has lost one fight. Yes, he drew another fight. But he's a pound-for-pound resume. Okay? It's a pound-for-pound resume. Devin Haney. Devin Haney, within the last year or so, has beaten the following people. He started fighting names. First guy he beat was Yorka Gamboa. Okay? After Tank had knocked out Yorka Gamboa. He comprehensively beat him. Like, almost every round. In fact, every round. He went on to beat Jorge Linares. Beat him almost every round. Then he went on to beat, and Jorge Linares, remember, his former world champion, lightweight champion, this is the guy that faced Vasily Lomachenko. Okay? Then he went on to beat Jojo Diaz, former world champion, IBF world champion, beat Javier Fortuna comprehensively. Then goes on to face, because he's the mandatory for him, the unified world champion, who is George Kambosos, who they're going to be rematching recently. And remember, George Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez in what people consider a tremendous upset. All right? Taking all three belts from him. Teofimo Lopez is the guy that beat Vasily Lomachenko. Okay? Both George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez have made pound-for-pound list after winning their fights. Lopez beat Lomachenko, and he beat Lomachenko, and he beat, at the time, Richard Comey. Those are the two big names he beat. With Kambosos had beaten Mickey Bay, former world champion. He then went on to beat Lee Selby, and then he went on to face Teofimo Lopez and beat Teofimo Lopez. Okay? And he ended up on the pound-for-pound list. Why is it that Kambosos is on the pound-for-pound list? Devin Haney beats Kambosos. He's not on the pound-for-pound list. And here's the other point. Here's the other point. Devin Haney becomes undisputed. Devin Haney becomes undisputed. Now, you have two undisputed fighters. Now, nowhere in the history of boxing I've ever heard an undisputed fighter of this era, four-belt era, not being on the pound-for-pound list. We look at Bernard Hopkins, was on the pound-for-pound list because he became undisputed. Of course, he beat a lot of names as well. Chad Dawson beat Bernard Hopkins, was on the pound-for-pound list. Was it him? No, it wasn't Chad Dawson. Sorry, my bad. Not Chad Dawson. It's what's the kid? What's the guy's name? I'm seeing his face. I can't remember his name, but he also fought the guy that Cali Pavlik. I can't remember what the guy's name is for no reason. But he became undisputed. Was on the pound-for-pound list. He lost. He lost after to Kelly Pavlik. Whatever his name, I can't remember what his name is. Right? He was on the pound-for-pound list. You go through Terrence Crawford, becomes undisputed champion at 140. Of course, he was champion at 135 as well. Pound-for-pound list. right? You look at Alexander Usyk, who was the next pound for pound guy. He became undisputed in cruiserweight, right? On the pound for pound list. Up comes Josh Taylor, becomes undisputed. It's on the pound for pound list, right? Canelo Alvarez becomes undisputed. He was already on the pound for pound list, but he became pound for pound number one after becoming undisputed. I think he was pound for pound number one for a while. Then you add so the most recent guys have been Jamal Charlo and has been Devin Haney, and these are the only two guys that are not on the pound for pound list. And on the pound for pound list are guys who are not undisputed, who are there. Now, again, undisputed is not everything, but in this era, it's goddamn hard to become undisputed to start with. And then second of all, is the case where the guys who are not undisputed, I mean, great accomplishments by Naoya Inoue, going up several divisions, but who has he faced? Who are the names that he's faced? We know Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. We know who Kambosos is. We know who Teofimo Lopez is. We know who Vasily Lomachenko is. We know who Brian Castano is. We know who Tony Harrison is. We know who Jarrett Hurd is. We know who J Rock is. Well, Jason Rosario, we only knew him because he beat J Rock. But the point is, we know him. But who the hell did Naoya Inoue beat besides Nonito Donaire? You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the guys who were there weren't, great fighters, but nobody knows them. You don't hear about them to this day. Right? Nonito Donaire is the only guy that Naoya Inoue is beaten that the world knows. We're talking the world knows. The world in boxing, the boxing world. I'm not talking about, if you major in the lower weight classes, well, you might know one or two of those guys, and they still weren't the best guys there. He didn't beat no Sri Rangvisai. He didn't beat a Rangvisai. He didn't beat a Chocolatito. He didn't beat a Estrada, and he was in that division with those guys. He never beat those guys. He did beat Navarro, but Narvaez. But again, Narvaez was old, and yeah, okay, you can give him Narvaez if you want, but at the end of the day, who else? Then the other thing about pound for pound is you're looking at the performance during the year. That's precedent to the past performances that you may have had. Yes, it accumulates, but still, you want to look at what you did lately. What has Vasily Lomachenko done lately? Let's be honest. He lost to Teofimo Lopez, and then he fought B-level fighters. He fought Richard Comey's B-level fighter. Went the distance with him. He wanted to stop. And he also faced a guy who is nowhere, he's not even on Richard Comey's level, in Nakatani. He stopped him, but who's Nakatani? Who the hell is Nakatani? Oh yeah, he gave Teofimo Lopez some problems. Yeah, but who is he? He's not even a top contender. He's never fought for a world title. Those are tune-up fights. He's going to be fighting his sparring partner, another fucking tune-up fight. How can you be on the pound-for-pound list fighting tune-ups? Okay, Richard Comey, but you got nothing. After you lost, the only guy you faced is Richard Comey. You can't be on no damn pound-for-pound list, and that's the guys. You got Devin Haney right in front of you. You could have been facing Devin Haney this month. That would determine if you beat Devin Haney, you become undisputed. Now you at the top. Now you in the pound for pound list. You have done nothing to be in the pound for pound list of late. Nothing. Vasily Lomachenko has done nothing to be in. What is he doing on the pound for pound list? Let's talk about some other guys on the pound for pound list. What are they doing on it? Canelo Alvarez should be on the pound for pound list because he's undisputed at 168. Yes, he lost his last fight, but he's going to be facing Triple G next. If he does well, he will be on the pound for pound, but he's not going to be that high up on the pound for pound list. He may be top 7, right? Top 7 maybe. Okay. Now, why is Jermell Charlo not on the pound for pound? Why, of all people, Jermell Charlo should be on the pound for pound list. Yes, he lost a fight and drew. Canelo lost 2 fights. He's on the pound for pound list because you look at his resume. You look at Charlo's resume; it's deep. He has a deep resume. Almost everybody in the top guys in the 54 division Jamel Charlo has faced. So how the hell he's not on the pound for pound list? And then on top of that, you're gonna have to explain this to me. Why is Devin Haney not on the pound? So okay, so Devin Haney's looking at this and saying, "You guys are full of shit." That's what he's basically saying. He doesn't care about race. He doesn't care about class. Just a meritocracy. You got guys who got beaten, guys who don't want to face him. They're on the pound for pound list. What the hell are they doing on the pound for pound list? Okay. Shakur Stevenson has done nothing near the level of what Devin Haney's done. Nothing. He's faced nobody on the level of what Devin Haney has faced. No one. But he is ranked above Devin Haney. He's actually on the pound for pound list. Why? Why? Let's go there. Now, I'm not, first of all, let me just say, I don't hate Shakur Stevenson. I think he should be on the pound for pound list. I just don't think he should be above Devin Haney. Devin Haney has accomplished something Shakur has never done. In fact, Devin Haney has accomplished something that most of the people on that pound for pound list have not accomplished. Let's go there. Tyson Fury. What the hell is Tyson Fury doing on the pound for pound list? He's not even active. So, and Tyson Fury cannot be number one pound for pound. Why? He has one belt. He is the WBC belt. Yes, he faced Deontay Wilder. Yes, he faced Vladimir Klitschko. Great. But he still has other people to face, like Alexander Usyk. Get all the straps. Strap season, right? So Devin Haney has all the hardware. He is the top dog in the division. Period. Not Tank. Tank's the money earner. Like my boy, I forgot what his name is right now. The top dog in the 135 division is Devin Haney. Ain't nobody else. He cleaned out the division. He set the tone. He said there's only one guy up in here, and that's me. Okay? No respect. Dougie Fisher has no respect for that. So he's not careful about how he responds to Devin Haney. He's just like, give us back the belt. Devin Haney's like, fuck yeah, fuck you. Yeah, take the fucking belt. Don't care. I'm not going in the ring with it. Fuck your belt. And what the Ring magazine doesn't understand, and what guys who represent like Dougie Fisher, who should be fired for saying what he said, he should be fired. Like Floyd Mayweather said, to Larry Merchant, HBO should fire your ass. Yeah, Dougie Fisher, you should get fired for that. Because that's reckless speech. Bring it back. What the fuck does that mean? Sorry about the F-bomb. Okay? You couldn't earn something close to that. You couldn't earn that. You're talking to the lineal champion of 135. Undisputed. You would never do that in a million years of your life. So be respectful. Be respectful. I didn't care if this was a white guy or a black guy. You gotta have some respect in this business. You gotta have respect. And for a professional to behave like that, he should be fired. The ring should kick him out. Let him go do independent work like that. Dan, whatever his name is, right? Raphael. Make him do independent work. Petty Atlas from ESPN for saying that there was fraudulent judging. Kick his ass out of the ring. I don't give a damn. Have some respect for the fighters. Have some respect for the fighters. That is unacceptable behavior. Period. And the Ring magazine don't make Devin Haney. The Ring magazine belt don't make, because Devin Haney said, this is his favorite belt. This is the Ring belt. And all of that. But guess what? Ring belt don't make Devin Haney. Ring belt don't make Devin Haney. WBC belt don't make Devin Haney. But because Mauricio Suleiman has respect for Devin Haney, and Devin Haney has respect for Mauricio Suleiman, Devin Haney will not move with Mauricio Suleiman like that. He wouldn't say something like that to him. Okay? They have a relationship, obviously. All the things you can say about Mauricio Suleiman, he is respectful to the fighters. Because motherfucking Dougie Fisher, excuse my F-bombs right now, has never and will never become a lineal champion. Undisputed. So what the fuck are you talking, bro? What the fuck are you saying about bring back the belt? The fuck are you own the belt? First of all, you don't even own the ring. You don't own the Ring magazine. That's one. Two, you want to be, the Ring magazine wants you to be representing them. You know who's a guy who's kind of pretty decent also up in the Ring magazine? He works for the Ring, and he's a decent dude. And he boxes, okay? He does exhibitions. He actually gets in the ring and throws hands. I actually subscribe to his channel on here. I forgot what his name is. I have respect for him because he wouldn't say something stupid like that. He definitely wouldn't. And this privileged son of a bitch opened his stupid mouth and said some dumb shit. He better apologize, otherwise they should fire his ass. That's how serious I feel about it. You don't be talking to the undisputed champion who's carrying your belt and giving it prestige and giving it rank, because this guy don't duck or dodge nobody up in this business. He's the perfect representation of what your belt is, and you're telling him hand it back? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Fire him. Fire him. He shouldn't be working. Either that or he apologizes. Fire his ass. Can't have the prestigious ring being represented by a crude little entitled shit. That's how I feel about it. Okay? That's how I feel about Dougie Fisher. That's truth. Okay? And usually I'm reserved in how I talk about people, but this dude need to be fired. They need to fire his ass, because you can't be saying them kind of things. You never stepped in the ring. You never stepped in the square circle. That is disrespectful, and that is disgraceful. And you just brought down the ring, and the ring be struggling already to have its reputation intact. You could have defended that list. You could have said why these other guys you thought, in your opinion, or the people collectively who you could have just presented it to Devin like that. You didn't do that. You didn't go into details. You decided to throw stupid, low-class words. This is why people don't go watch boxing, because assholes like you and people in administration be doing stupid shit like this. Now people are going all around the internet saying fucking racist. The ring is racist. Fuck the ring. That's not what we want. We want the ring to be in high prestige. We want the ring to represent something. I tried to advocate for these bodies. I try to advocate for sanctioned bodies. I try to advocate for the ring, and now you come and say this dumbass shit. Trying to wage war with a dude is just superior to you in every way, shape, or form. You've never accomplished nothing he's accomplished. So why are you even trying to put yourself in that situation? You're supposed to have that respected barrier. Okay, that's your opinion. That's all you had to say. It's your opinion. But if you want a breakdown of it, Montano. Montano is the guy's name. Montero. I got respect for Montero because Montero works for the ring. Because that brother has always been boxing. I don't agree with everything he says, but he stays boxing. And I like Montero for that. He thinks he's a thoughtful guy when he puts his presentations forward. I listen to him. That's professionalism. I don't know what the hell Dougie Fisher think he is, or who he thinks he is, but he lucky the boxers don't roll up on him and slap his ass for saying stupid shit like that. Because fans say dumb shit. Fans can say dumb shit. I'm not saying that he's not a fan, but when you're representing the Ring magazine, the Bible of boxing, you better not say that dumb shit. Don't be saying that. You working for the Ring. You want to say that unofficially? Go ahead. Don't tweet that shit. Don't do it. Don't do it, because you're gonna get disrespected by the fans, and we're all gonna disrespect you, because and we have to say to ourselves, do we think this is how the Ring thinks, or is this how Dougie Fisher thinks? Because at the end of the day, Dougie Fisher, you work for the Ring magazine, and you just told a guy to carry back his belt to the Ring because you know the guy likes the belt. So here's the deal: he's going to send back the belt to the Ring, and he's now you just made a total enemy, and you just made a total ass of yourself. He's not going to represent the Ring. which that's your loss. That's not his loss, because he's always going to be lineal champion. You can't authenticate him as lineal champion. Nobody give a damn about your magazine to start with, and you don't seem to know what your magazine represents. You work for your magazine. You might know knowledge, but you obviously don't know what the history of this magazine is and what it represents. To be saying dumb shit like that, it's stupid. So that's how I feel about it. I know it's unedited and filtered, but I just think it's stupid, man. It's super stupid to be doing something like that. That's not a guy who thought everything out. He let his emotions get the better of him, and he responded in kind. And that's not the way. How are you going to assess boxers in boxing critically if you constantly are emotionally involved in them and you have your favorites? And there's nothing wrong with having your favorites, but when you're critically assessing them, you got to critically assess them, not have emotions involved in that. That's unprofessional, man. You could have defended your stance on it, or you could have said, "That's your opinion, sir," respectfully. That's all you had to say. Because you represent something. You represent the ring. No matter what people think, how whack the ring's rankings are, that's a dumb thing to say. It is. It's just a dumb thing to say. Or bring back the Ring magazine belt. Well, of course he's gonna bring back the. He probably doesn't even like it anymore because of the dumbasses that represent it. He's complaining about a pound for pound list, and you come out and say dumb shit like that. So I'm gonna be straight with y'all. Dougie Fisher should be fired for that. I'm just being straight. Fired. It's just unprofessional. It's unprofessional. You know, I've seen it in the film industry too, some people being unprofessional, but they're scoopers. But a lot of scoopers have lost their scooping with certain things because the people who were managing the whole thing were unprofessional themselves. And the reason people do this unprofessionalism, you know why? Because they want to steal and cheat and lie and get their way into getting things that they wouldn't normally get. So anyway, I know I've been very passionate and very emotional about this topic, which is funny because I'm telling Dougie Fisher not to be emotional about it, but I'm emotional about it. But I have a right to be enraged and outraged about it, so I'm emotional about it. There is a professional etiquette, man, especially for such a prestigious organization as the Ring, which is being dragged down into the mud. Now, dude saying we'll bring back the belt. What is that supposed to do? He brings back the belt. It doesn't change his status in any way. He may not be a Ring magazine champion, but who gives a damn? He's still the lineal champion. It changes nothing. I don't understand. You think you can take his accomplishments away from him by him bringing back the belt? Oh, he's rejected our organization, so now we want our belt back. Okay, come take your belt back. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's a trinket. And you're a magazine, for crying out loud. What does that mean? Yeah, it has history, but you're a magazine. You're not even a sanctioning body. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. I'm what you need. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about some other things in boxing, which I think is very interesting. Before wrapping this up, and I look at certain things and I'm like, whoa, I'm baffled, man. Ooh, this is hyper concentrated. I'm taking that. Okay, put that in there. That's gonna be good. It's a syrup. That's hyper concentrated. So you add a little bit of water to that. That's distilled down into its absolute hyper concentrated elements there. So this is gonna be hyper concentrated. All right, people. So that's what I got for you guys. I know some people are going to be kind of disturbed by the way how I behaved. I'm sorry about that. But at the end of the day, I just had to speak my mind on it. I just thought it's very disturbing when non-fighters, people who are not fighting, try to pick wars with fighters. I just don't think that's the way. How your product is forget race and all of this. Your product is the fighters. Your product, that's your product. Why are you picking a fight with something that's what causes the revenue to be garnered in your business? You should be trying your best not to cross that line because you don't want to go toe to toe with him. That he Devin Haney ended up saying, "Come get the belt." What is he saying? I'm a fighter, so you're gonna have to come through me to get the belt, right? Because he's saying, okay, but bring the belt back. And he said, all right, cool. And he said, well, give us the belt, give us back the belt. And he's like, sure, come get it. You know what I mean? Because he'll beat the crap. He's not gonna do that, but I'm just saying he could beat the crap out of Dougie Fisher any day, any time. And this is what these guys don't respect. You gotta have some respect in the sport, man. Don't ever feel you bigger than the sport. And these dudes, their heads get so big and they don't realize they haven't done anything. Dougie Fisher, you ain't done nothing, bro. Done nothing in the sport. Why are you so big headed? You done nothing. You just recap history, which is cool, but you a bystander like everybody else. How can you recap the history of a sport and you have no reverence for it? If you have reverence for the sport, you have reverence for the fighters in the sport. Even when they do something stupid. You do something too. I mean, I want to criticize that. But remember, you ain't doing nothing. You haven't done anything. You just archiving stuff. Just be careful how you choose your words. Because you're not a fighter. Somehow you feel you are. But you're not. No? Just saying. I'll catch you guys later. What you need out.